Alright, much brew time. Red-black vampires in Modern. And this hand is surprisingly reasonable. 1 drop, maybe 2 drop, or just 1 drop again. 3 drop, 4 drop. Hopefully win the game. Jeez, this is an ugly promo. Ugh. Yuck. It's just so, like, dark looking. Look at, see, like, it's bright and you see the character. This is just, like, maybe it's because it's foil, but easily the worst art out of all of our vampires. Which is funny because it's one of the most powerful vampires. You'd think that it would deserve some of the best art. But instead, Windswept Heath for our opponent. What do we get? Stromkirk Captain. Well, let's just lead on get a Swamp, I think, and play Lacerator. Next turn we'll play Neonate. We might have to sack it if we don't draw land. We really need to curve out at least a 3 mana for double Stromkirk Captain. I mean, we could just draw land. So we can play Insolent Neonate next turn, assuming we don't draw anything better. And then sack it the following turn, probably discarding Nocturnus. If we draw land, then none of that matters and everything's fine. But at least it gives us an option to try to dig for land if we need to. We would like to get our opponent under 10, so we stop taking damage. Oh, Spirit Dancer. Oh boy. Well, Gatekeeper's good. I like that. Lacerator. Land? Oh, Mountain. That is a bad land. Well, we need to get in with Lacerator. Bloodstained Mire. Crack Bloodstained Mire. Get a Blood Crypt. Untapped. Play Insolent Neonate. Now we draw our one red source, which is the one land that lets us not Gatekeeper this Core Spirit Dancer, which has got to be at the top of our to-do list now. Above anything else, we got to get rid of Core Spirit Dancer. Sun Petal Grove for our opponent. Hopefully they don't have another creature, and they just start putting enchantments on their Spirit Dancer. Alright, Enchantment 1 draws a card. Yep. Oh, come on, Gatekeeper. Oh, that mountain was so depressing. That's the one land that won't let us Gatekeeper. In our entire deck, we have 1 mountain. Which we probably don't really need, honestly. So one of the interesting things about building decks in Modern is you want to be aware of Blood Moon, because that's a popular card. It's in like the top 30, I think, cards in Modern right now, so you will run into Blood Moon. However, which means you need to play basics, okay? So that makes sense so far. However, if the mana source you're worried about is red, you don't really need to play a basic mountain, because Blood Moon turns everything into mountains. So playing 1 basic mountain is not really necessary. Come on, black mana. Oh, God. Maybe the worst card in our deck. Call a Bloodline. Yep. Oh, and they found... Yeah, we are in trouble. Oh boy, second worst card in our deck. There is some problems with this deck, that is very true. We have a small number of good cards, and then we have some really bad cards. And it's kind of unfortunate because I feel like the bad cards are unnecessary. Like, I don't think we really need to be playing Olivia Bloodsworn. There's enough good things that we could play in these slots that we don't really need Olivia's Bloodsworn. We don't really need Moldervine Cloak. That's not one you see in Bogles too often. Unfortunately, that thing's getting so big that we can't deal with it. Also has First Strike and Lifelink, so we're going to die to our own Lacerator here in short order. Because our opponent's going to be at like 30 life. Well, let's see what we draw. Opponent has a land. We drop to 3. Well, there's a Swamp, so... Oh man, this would have been so much better in the past, but... Kick a Gatekeeper. Gonna kill the Glade Cover Scout. Opponent has Flooded Strand, so they can't actually search up a Dryad Arbor? We're gonna chump with our Lacerator this turn. Hopefully our opponent can't give Spirit Dancer Trample. The other good thing about Spirit Dancer is that it's a threat that dies to Fatal Push, and for some reason this deck only has 2, but... we could theoretically draw a Fatal Push. But that's what I was going to say. Some of these bad vampires seems like they would be better served as a full playset of Fatal Push, perhaps. Or at least a playset of lightning bolts if we can't support fatal push. We do have 8 fetches, so I think we could. Opponent, creatures everywhere. No, we got a chump. Opponent gains oodles of life. Well, Copter's fine. Let's play a Copter. Play Olivia Bloodsworn. So bad. It can't even block. Oh, it's so bad. I probably should have just saved it to discard to call the Bloodline, which is also pretty bad, but at least it can block. I mean, I guess it crews Smuggler's Copter, but we have to keep chumping this, and if they ever draw that, we lose. Alright. Interesting. Whoo, boy. Well, Thought Seizes come in. I don't even know about Fatal Push. That was a really odd draw for our opponent. Normally, targeted removal is not what you want. It's rare that they're going all in on a Spirit Dancer like that because of removal. Against a red-black deck, no less, but somehow they had a sense that we couldn't kill any of their stuff or something. Well, going down these Bloodsworns, so bad. And so, yeah, like as I was saying, and we'll probably talk about this when we upgrade or whatever in the article, but like 4 Smuggler's Copters seem good. Discard in the main deck seems good. Fatal Pushes and Lightning Bolts seem good. Things that don't seem especially good. Olivia Bloodsworn. Call the Bloodline. The 1-drops are just oddly set out. 2, 3, and 3. I have a hard time believing that can be correct. I think, like, something's got to be more important than the other. Like, if you are going to be trying to madness stuff, you probably want 4 Gorgers and Insolent Neonates and not Lacerators. If you're going to be trying to beat down, you probably want 4 Lacerators, maybe Gorgers, and not Insolent Neonates. So there's just, like, weird numbers on some of this stuff. But anyway, let's try that again. Oh, man. This hand would be decent against a normal deck. We don't have that much interaction for Bogles, though. We're, like, 1-drop, skip 2, play... Yeah, this hand just can't beat Bogles. This hand also can't beat Bogles. This hand has no lands. That one does too. Alright. Well, at least we might get to draw cards with Asylum Visitor. Yikes. Ye old Mold 3. We were kind of mulliganing to hopefully find a Thoughtseize or a Gatekeeper. I really don't think those 6 and 7 card hands could beat Bogles, honestly. Like, it's obnoxious to have to mulligan that far, but I think that's just what we had to do. I think that's our chance of winning, is to find one of our cards that actually can interact. Bogles does scoop to turn 1 Thoughtseize a surprising amount, because there's just not that many Bogles. So then if you can hit it with a Thoughtseize, they often just do nothing. Our opponent has no... What are they playing? A Spirit Dancer, must be? Gets in for 1. Yup, there's a Mirror Dancer. Well, Crack Polluted Delta. I will say I'm very thankful that Bogles is on the downswing. It's kind of like Infect in the decks that I just really hate playing against. More lands. Well, Asylum Visitor, get in there. Pass the turn. Oh, we can't even get empty-handed to draw with Asylum Visitor. Not that we have much we can draw into, honestly, against Bogles. Alright, opponent's going to start playing auras, drawing cards, doing the Bogles thing. More auras, Hyena Umbra. Even more. Ethereal Armor. Yeah, we're just going to be dead in like a turn. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Down to 7. Well, we did mold a 3. There's our Thoughtseize. Well, let's send a message on the way out. Haha. Alright. Yep. Whew. That was not good. Thanks for watching the video. If you haven't already, take a minute and click that subscribe button. It's a great way to support the channel for free, and you'll find the next video in the playlist right here.